am Kaylee Hall here with the Hanover's choir director, Madeline Batchvarova. The fall concert will be held on October the 28th. Thanks for giving us a preview, Dr. B. Hanover's choir concert magically transports us from time and place. Where will the fall concert take us this year?
Well, it's a very exciting trip again this year. So we will travel through eternal love and ethereal light. The first part of the concert is called Eternal Love, and it aims to give us an idea of human and divine love, love that is deep, that is serious and profound, and love that is playful and joyful and fun. So we will have musical compositions that are sacred in nature, but they also touch upon the divine, and also they are Bulgarian. And the chamber singers will be performing in Bulgarian, or more accurately in Church Slavonic. Church Slavonic is the language of worship in the Bulgarian Orthodox religion. So some of the pieces are in Church Slavonic, and they describe that divine love. And then of course we have another Bulgarian piece that is fun and playful, and is in Bulgarian, and it's in this really exciting and fun rhythm that we in music call 9/16, which is really tough for us, and it's really stretching us to conquer this new and different rhythm, but that goes along with the playfulness of the entire composition. So we have been enjoying our time trying to figure it out and trying to kind of make it work and make it sing and even dance, if you will. And it's about the relationship between a young lady and a young man, and it all ends well in that one conversation. And then for the second part, we are going to continue with our plan for ethereal light, however, and we will perform the music of the French Impressionist composer Gabriel Fauré. Gabriel Fauré wrote his Requiem as a concert piece. He is a, well, he was, I guess, he was a organist and composer, and he led the music. He was the music director of the Notre Dame de Paris, big cathedral in the center of Paris, France. He wrote this extended work that is a multi-movement composition in which the chorus is combined with solos. They're both gentleman solos, or solos for tenor and bass voices, and then we have soprano soloists. And again, that composition is this just incredible combination of peacefulness and a little bit of sadness perhaps in it, and then we have some movement that have a little more drama, that have to do with the texts of from the Latin Mass, and it's the Day of Wrath, which is really something that in music has been portrayed quite differently by many different composers. And while composers like Verdi and like Berlioz and even Brahms have portrayed that Dies Irae, or the Day of Wrath, really in a dramatic fashion, and Verdi, who is a really prominent Italian opera composer, he presented that movement in an epitome of drama. Here we have this persistent rhythm. Fauré is taking us close to our heartbeat. There is a section actually throughout the entire composition that has that heartbeat, and it is dum 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 dum, and then the choir starts singing over that, and it starts in unison, which means all the voices singing together one and the same melody, and then we break into parts, and then like a fan, the texture kind of grows from that and takes us into the journey of the human soul as it transitions. And it's really, really exciting. We have been having tons of fun preparing for this fantastic composition to share it with our audiences, because as you can see, there is a tremendous variety in what we are presenting, and we'll have some pieces that are contemplative and that are more introverted, and then we have others that relate deeply to our human experiences, related to people transitioning either from place to place, from one friendship to another, or even from one state of being to another. So we hope that our audience will connect with our passion for music, will connect with our desire to show different time periods. For example, Requiem by Fauré is written in 1888. Which is the end of the 19th century. And then we have Bulgarian pieces that are from closer to middle of the 20th century. And then we have more contemporary musical compositions like the blessing that we always sing at the end, the Lord bless you and keep you, that we traditionally end our performances with. And it's in our view, such a wonderful send-off to the audience, kind of a musical postcard that they can take with themselves and kind of have it with them throughout their days.
The concert choir and the chamber singers are performing on October the 28th. First, let's start off with the choir. What musical styles will we hear from them?
We have a variety of musical styles, and some of the musical compositions are going to be from romantic type periods or from Impressionism in music, which is a very serene type of musical development. And in it, we have, if you imagine the instrument of harp, that is basically playing what we call in music arpeggios. And arpeggios sound like waves that come up and down in pitch and in volume, if you will, which we call dynamics in music. Do you see how interesting it is, that how differently we call things in regular life and in our musical lives? And it's amazing how we connect in such a different level. And although pieces are going to be sung in different languages, I think that we will connect with the audience immediately when that first chord of Tebe Poem, for example, the chamber singers sing this composition by Dobri Christov, who is a Bulgarian composer, and it's very much four-part soprano, alto, tenor, bass voices singing together in harmony the same rhythm. It is as if we have a confirmation of what research shows us, that if you sing in the choir, by the end of the rehearsal, our heartbeats begin to sync. And yes, some folks will say, well, that's anecdotal. Actually, it is not. There is an actual research that happens. And along with the spirit in music and the meaning in music, we hope to spread and to share the healing power of the music. A Requiem Mass, for example, is the Mass for the dead. However, Fauré seems to have conceived that composition as a Mass for the living, for bringing peace and comfort and just help the living to be content with the departure of a loved one or a transition of a loved one. So we hope that our audiences will come with us on that journey and will experience that.
The chamber singers is an ensemble. How does that differ from the choir?
So when we say a select ensemble, it means that chamber singers consist of sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses who, although mostly not music majors or minors, have spent a significant amount of time throughout their lives, even before Hanover, singing, performing, taking voice lessons, playing different instruments. So they have more experience. Thus, they are capable of more easily approaching, and without any trepidations, if you will, approaching the more challenging repertoire. So in vocal music, challenges come from the fact that, in difference with an instrument, the piano, for example, I can play a chord on the piano and we can all hear it. But in choir, the singers have to really create a sound out of thin air, if you will. They have to find their starting pitch. They figure out when, in rhythm, that is in sync with their pulse, which we call beat in music, they need to enter. So this is a very, very difficult and complex proposition. So with experience that people in chamber singers have, we are able to sing without accompaniment, which means we call it a cappella. And that is the style of choral singing that has been prevalent throughout the centuries, more so in the medieval and Renaissance times, but also in the late 20th and 21st centuries.
Are there any solos or featured performances?
Oh, absolutely. Our program is blessed to have folks who are really interested in studying the art of solo performance or performing in a small ensembles in a chamber formation like a duet or trio or quartet. So we have some featured performances. We will have our senior Jacob Zurschmidt, who will perform Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing, and it's an American folk tune that has been arranged for the concert stage. Then within the Requiem there are a number of, and of course we have two other folks. They are sophomores, if I'm not mistaken, Rosemary Kent and Ty Allen, who will perform a beautiful sacred duet also. And of course, Rosemary will open the second part of our concert with the French song by Fauré, Après un rêve. And it is really another piece that brings peace and kind of quiet contemplation to the audience.
Thank you so much for talking to us today. We are looking forward for the concert on October the 28th in the Center for Fine Arts.